Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Nakatanggap po ang komisyon ng isang sulat mula sa dating DPWH Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo kung saan po ay kanyang inabisuhan ang komisyon na hindi po siya makakadalo sa hearing ngayong hapon. Sa halip siya po ay nagsumite ng kanyang second supplementary affidavit. Nabanggit rin po niya sa kanyang sulat na itong second supplementary affidavit ay siya ring affidavit na kanyang binasa sa Blue Ribbon Committee ng Senado noong Biyernes, November 14, 2025. Nabanggit rin po sa sulat na siya po ngayon ay nag-a-apply under the Witness Protection Program or RA 6981. Dito po sa batas na ito, pinaliwanag niya that there is a confidentiality clause or provision wherein siya po ay pinagbabawal na mag-disclose ng anumang impormasyon na konektado sa kanyang application bilang maging state witness. Dahil po dito ay tinanggap po ng komisyon ng kanyang sulat at ang kanyang affidavit para mapag-aralan at masama sa aming investigasyon. Kaya ito po ang rason kung bakit hindi po natuloy ang ating hearing ngayong hapon. So gusto ko lang po ipaliwanag ito sa media, sa publiko, at maaari po akong sumagot ngayon ng mga questions related to this.
Good afternoon, Attorney.
Good afternoon.
So, unang question, with regard sa affidavit na pinapasa ng mga resource person natin, I remember may affidavit din na pinasa si dating House Speaker Martin Romualdez. Ano na yung update dito? Kasi parang it's been 2 weeks na pinag-aaralan siya ng ICI. Nasaan na ang estado ngayon itong affidavit na ito?
Well, nandiyan siya, kasama yan sa aming review at kasama yan sa aming case build-up. And maisasama namin yan sa aming eventual referral to the Office of the Ombudsman.
Kailan po ang next pagharap ni Speaker Romualdez sa ICI?
Wala pang naka-schedule na hearing.
Sir, any update naman doon sa live streaming guidelines ng ICI? Kasi parang ito yung napunan ni Senator Marcoleta sa kanyang speech doon nga sa INC rally kahapon na hindi nga nagiging transparent ang ICI sa mga nangyayari na investigasyon sa loob ng tanggapan nyo nga po. May any update na po ba dito? O kailan po ang balang talaga na mag-start ang live streaming ng ICI?
The live streaming guidelines are currently being finalized already. Once approved, which I believe will be soon, we will provide a copy to the public.
Pwede ba kayong magbigay ng konting details, sir? Like for example, kasi nabanggit ni Justice last week na i-consider daw yung parang gusto ng resource person tungkol sa kanyang sa publiko. Ipupush pa rin po ba to o talagang live stream na lang ang ICI?
I cannot preempt kung ano man yung magiging laman ng aming live streaming rules until it is actually approved by the Commission.
Hello, Attorney.
Yes.
This Friday and the weekend po, naglabas si Zaldi po ng mga videos. Sa tingin po ba na ICI, mahalagang maimbestigahan po ano po yung mga isiniwalat ng dating kongresista sa kanyang social media account?
Well, unang-una po sa lahat, tinitingnan ng Commission if this is a verified information or ito is acceptable evidence as far as we are concerned. No? So malaking bagay sana kung ito ay ginawa under oath para mapatunayan talaga na ang sinasabi sa anumang statement or sa anumang video ay katotohanan talaga.
Follow, Attorney, pero welcome ba sa ICI kung magsusumite si Zaldi po ng sworn statement or ng mga kaukulang ebidensya kahit nasa ibang bansa or kailangan ba talaga uuwi siya sa Pilipinas po?
Well, any sworn affidavit which is in a way verified already, will be very much welcomed by the Commission, and this will be used in our investigation.
Hi, Sir Lance po from Newswatch.
Yeah, hi, Lance.
Good afternoon. So, balikan ko lang po yung sa supplemental affidavit ni Yusek Bernardo. You said this was the same affidavit submitted to the Senate Blue Ribbon And we all know na dagdagan po yung mga lawmakers na involved doon sa kanyang affidavit. So do we also expect na ipapatawag po ba ng ICI yung mga lawmakers na binanggit ni Yusek Bernardo nung nagdaang hearing sa Senado?
Sa ngayon, wala pa sinasabi yung, kasi kakasubmit lang naman ng affidavit. No? Pag-aaralan pa ito ng commission. But definitely, if they decide to invite these individuals, we will invite them as we have done before.
Sir, yung last week sabi, 3 lawmakers yung pwedeng kasuhan for recommendations or pwedeng i-recommend for kaso ngayon sa Ombudsman. When will this happen po within the week? And meron na po ba tayong mga personalities that we can demolish?
Well, titingnan namin no, kung kailan talaga masasubmit yan. But currently, we're preparing already the referrals.
Hey, sir, good afternoon. Isaiah from PD before.
Yeah, I see.
Sir, regarding with Zaldico, paano kung hindi siya magsumite ng kanyang salaysay? Sinasabi nga niya sa video niya natatakot siya dahil baka daw ipapatay siya. Anong magiging action dito ng ICI?
Well, nandyan yung affidavit, yung kanyang video. But nevertheless, we will treat it as a unverified and unsworn statement as far as we are concerned. Ang ebidensya kasi mas matibay kung talaga ito ay sworn to, no? Or verified. In this particular case, it is not.
Pero sir, are we considering pa na muling patawag, kabilang si patawag na rin or investigahan ng ating Pangulo since nabanggit niyo sa kanyang mga salaysay?
Wala pang pinag-iisipan na ganyan ng commission.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, good afternoon. Balik lang kay Yusek Bernardo. So, ibig sabihin, sir, no, na may application siya and confidential yung affidavits and probably official statements. So, we don't need him anymore or paano ba ito? Kailangan pa natin siyang i-collaborate?
Given yung provision ng batas na pinagbabawal siya isiwalat kung ano man ang kanyang nalalaman or information which is connected to his application for being a state witness, then we would just have to follow the law. Meaning we cannot force him to appear here.
Sir, ano po yung mga values? So, ibig sabihin, sir, you have the affidavit of Bernardo and the speaker. How are we using this if we're using this?
Well, they're sworn statements, so their statements would have sufficient weight as far as our investigations are concerned. And like before, we would rely on them in our referrals to the Office of the Ombudsman.
Tapos, sir, kahapon, medyo yung maybe majority, yung criticism is directed towards the commission, meaning it's not being transparent, you offer up, you want to what's your answer? That's your reaction? Kasi sinasabi nila parang ilantad lahat and you know.
Well, sabi nga namin, ang aming being transparent is shown through our actions, meaning nakita naman ninyo yung aming mga referrals. We already included there several high-ranking officials. And our cases, our job is still continuing. Tuloy-tuloy para aming investigasyon. And alam ko, paulit-ulit na namin sinasabi ito kung anong ebidensyang meron kami. At ito ay tumuturo to any individual who may be responsible on these anomalous projects, then we will include them in our referrals for possible filing of charges by the Ombudsman.
Sticking to the subject, ko, sir, yung mga videos na to the ICI is not actionable.
Pardon me?
It's not actionable, so you can't do anything about it. Hindi siya papasok bilang evidence sa ICI. Meaning, in terms of evidentiary weight, paano yun, sir?
Well, tinitingnan rin namin dito, pag magre-refer kami kung ano man ang ebidensya namin, dapat to, it will hold water, it will hold the scrutiny by the courts. Alam naman natin, under the rules of evidence, that kailangan talaga, mga sworn affidavits to, kailangan talaga verified. And plus the fact that I just have to mention that the videos come in, alam niyo sa under the rules of evidence. Pagka video yan, kailangan dyan untampered, di ba? Dire-diretso. Plus the fact that there's also a requirement under the rules of court, on rules of evidence, that the person taking that video should verify, in fact, validate this video. So nakita natin the fact that these were shown in tranches. Baka mahirapan tayo na may submit to sa korte and for their to accept them as basis.
If you're going to
Evidence.
describe the videos, how are you going to describe it from the perspective of the ICI?
Well, what do you mean describe?
I mean, in terms of value.
Well, as I said, we're taking it with a grain of salt. Kasi nga, hindi nga siya verified. We just have to take it at that. But in the meantime, mas mabuti siguro kung meron man may ganyang impormasyon, kung sino man ang may impormasyon na ganyan, pumunta talaga sa commission and testify under oath para talagang matibay ang ebidensya na makukuha ng commission para ito ay mabigay sa or maisama sa aming mga referrals at mailagay sa aming may submit sa Office of the Ombudsman.
In other words, sir, you cannot use that as evidence.
Well, definitely hindi pa namin makikita yan kasi hindi naman verifikado yan. Unless we have other evidence or submitted evidence which are verified, talagang malakas, doon namin talagang matutuunan ng pansin niya. Magagamit namin sa aming mga referrals.
Last answer on the subject. Because may subpoena tayo sa kanya.
Yes.
Status na yun, sir.
At chinecheck ko ngayon mukhang there's a return already that it was not accepted.
And then the course of action for the ICI?
The legal team will now look into the possibility of filing any petitions before the regional trial court for indirect contempt.
But we have not made the decision yet.
Wala pa.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Sir, nabanggit po ni Senator Sherwin Gatchalian na itong si dating sector ng was willing to return the money na nakita po sa kanya. Ano po pa ng commissioners?
Gaya nga ng sinabi natin dito, I think we're being consistent when we say that besides making those responsible pay for their transgressions, meaning mapakulong sila, part yan is yung restitution, meaning maibalik, makuha yung mga nakuhang pera at maibalik sa kaban ng bayan. So kung meron maibabalik, hindi ko naman alam kung ilan kung gaano kalaki yung maibabalik. Assuming that there would be one, then that would be part of restitution.
Sir, ano po ang process tungkol dito? Saan po ito na pumunta? BIR or sa Treasury?
Ay, hindi ko alam yung masasagot yan.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, Johnson from ABS.
Yeah, Johnson.
Can I submit the Bernardo yung second supplemental affidavit?
Ngayong hapon lang.
Have you started reading the second?
Ay, hindi pa, kakakuha ko pa lang yung letter niya.
Sa tanong ko sana, sir, meron bang information kayo or ICI na dun sa pangako ni Bernardo that he will return what he had stolen dun sa kanyang pagiging DPWH?
Wala pa ako nababasa dun sa... Kasi as I said, I have to go to the affidavit itself. Pero wala akong nababasa pa sa akin. Or I think hindi pa naman yata nababanggit yun sa Blue Ribbon.
So kasabay ng pagsasabi ni Bernardo that he will not attend the hearing, yung supplemental affidavit.
Yes, binigay niya yan para mapag-aralan at may sama sa investigasyon ng commission.
Sir,
Eksakto yung yung second supplementary affidavit niya na binigay sa amin dun sa binasa niya sa Senado.
thank you.
Okay,
Sir,
last two.
Sir, hi, Joseph from Manila. Sir, so if we connect yung allegations ni Salty Gomez, the President, and doon sa information na sinishare sa atin ng mga resource persons during the many hearings, are they making sense? I mean, was there a time that the President was being grabbed during the investigation?
Wala. I cannot comment on that, no, because I have to refer to the commission how they would act on this particular video, supposed video of former Congressman Saldico before I comment on that.
Pero sir, may connection ba?
Yung saan?
Yung mga information na, yung allegation ni Saldico, tapos yung information siya mga na-share sa atin during the hearing.
Wala.
Na may involvement ng President?
Kasi ayoko naman sabihin na totoo yung sinasabi dun sa video because as I said, hindi pa siya validated. So I cannot comment on that.
So listen, how's the morale of the ICI, sir? How's the morale of the ICI?
It's very high, no? In fact, we're doing our best to be able to comply with our mandate.
Hey, sir, John from DCL.
Hi, John.
There's an ongoing rally, anti-corruption rally, kay Relationships Group, if Filipino, and then meron din separate sa People Power 1 event, and then there's an outing sa November 30. Kamusta yung pagtanggap ng ICI dito? Is it pressure ba kayo considering grabe din yung call for transparency?
Okay. Alam niyo yung hinihingi ng taong bayan dito sa mga rallies na to is for transparency, accountability, justice, and they're against corruption. Kung tutugnan ninyo yung mandato ng ICI, talagang tugma naman yun. So we welcome this and we're very happy that so far these rallies are very peaceful. So it's the right of the people to voice out their sentiments, to make known that they are against corruption, and we're one with them. That's why we're here. Kaya ngayon yung aming mandato. That's why we're going after those involved in these anomalous flood control projects. Last na ha.
Okay, Mary from Business World.
Yeah.
Sir, Zaldico provided a list of projects and claimed the kickbacks were 56 million. Parang yung sa site po ng ICI sa initial report is 21 billion peso lang. Now, how does this affect the existing charges of the commission recommended to the ombudsman?
Well, I cannot comment on that. Basically because, as I said, hindi verified yung video na yan. Hindi pa natin nabe-verify kung totoo ba talaga yung pinagsasabi dyan. Perhaps, and if and when sufficient, credible testimony and documents are presented to the commission, then we will look into them.
How about sir yung list na bibili ni Zaldico?
It's the same thing. Those are not verified. They're not submitted. They're not verified under oath. Wala naman siyang affidavit na sinubmit together with those documents. So, as far as we're concerned, we cannot look into those immediately. Thank
sir,
you.
Last one, sir. As lang, sir. So, diba sabi kasi ng House Speaker Boji D ay hindi sila pumunta ng Senate Tourism Committee dahil nga mas pinili nila na dito na lang sa ICI hearing humarap. Ngayon, sir, would you recommend Zaldico na umuwi and humarap na dito sa ICI hearing and sabihin yung mga sinabi niya doon sa kanyang mga videos?
Last na yan, ha? So, kung sino man ang pupunta dito and will provide truth, then we will welcome them. Because yes, in fact, we've been inviting him, right? So the fact that we've been inviting him, we want to know his statements under oath before the commission. Kasi malaking bagay yun eh. Kailangan talaga nandito sila in person, testifying under oath para maging credible ang kanilang testimony. Okay? That's
Live stream, ibig sabihin, sir, yung calls for transparency, you are going to go public now.
Pardon me?
In the live stream, sir. In the context of the calls for transparency, and we are coming up with a live stream, we can say that the ICI is going to go public with their investigation.
Well, what I can say is that we still don't have the rules. Once they've approved it, then we will provide the public a copy of that as the rules so they can read it. So I cannot say what is inside or what is included in the rules for live streaming.
Sir, may I just ask this? I don't know if this was asked to you, pero are you open to Zaldico appearing sa hearing through live stream? Through Zoom?
Ay, hindi pa napag-usapan yan ng commission.
Sir, kasi
Very yan.
sir, legitimate threat nga sa buhay niya. So, paano siya pupunta dito? Paano natin ma-investigate yung mga ano niya?
Well, that's the limitation. We've been trying to invite him. Definitely, because wala siya dito sa bansa, hindi siya maka-attend.
May threat nga daw po sa life niya, sir. So, paano niya?
Whether or not there is a threat against his life, I cannot comment on that. I don't know kung totoo yun or hindi. So, I cannot comment on that.